Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee and Chat with Hallee Bridgeman. I'm so happy you could join me. I have my cup of coffee, so I hope you have a cup of coffee or tea and you have a few minutes while we chat. So I'm coming to you live, which has been unusual lately. I've been filming it and recording it and then posting it from my home office in Fort Knox, Kentucky. It's Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you in the States. And last week we had our Thanksgiving celebration. On Thursday, we had company come in from out of town. We had guests come from local, and we had a big Thanksgiving feast. And so I spent Wednesday all day, or maybe Tuesday, I can't remember, and Thursday morning filming everything that I was doing while I was cooking, with the intent of showing you how hard it is how it's not hard at all to cook a whole food, real food Thanksgiving. And so I filmed myself doing cranberry sauce, homemade cranberry sauce, the punch ring, like the ice ring for a punch, which I never got around to like showing you how to make the punch. And then the turkey itself, broth and gravy to make the gravy. Dressing or stuffing, whatever you call it in your area of the world. Homemade pumpkin pie made from fresh pumpkin. Maple pumpkin cheesecake made from fresh pumpkin. Pecan pie made from maple syrup and honey instead of corn syrup. Homemade pie dough. And that might be everything. Because by the time I got to the end of the meal on Thursday, by the time I was doing like the Brussels sprouts and the green beans, there's a word for it. It's green beans, garlic, and almonds. And I think it's like almonade or something. It's just I just sauteed green beans with garlic and almonds in butter and olive oil. I didn't film doing those, and I didn't do the sweet potato casserole. Like, I made it, but I didn't film it. And I had someone bring mashed potatoes. Oh, I made rolls. And in the midst of making the rolls, like, my grain mill died. Like, the motor completely burnt out. Our whole house smelled like burning motor. We had fans going and windows open, and I ended up having to make the rolls with unbleached white flour, which is, I didn't even know if they would turn out, and they were actually beautiful. Like, they were light, and they were amazing rolls, so I'm so thankful that they turned out. But I'm also thankful that I had flour already ground in order to make the pie crust, because it's been so long since I've made a pastry without using fresh ground flour that I didn't know if I would know how to make it with white flour. And the bread, I put it in a bread machine and it makes the dough and does all the things. But with the pie crust, I was really, really stressed about. But I had enough flour in my hopper bin thing that I was able to make the pie crusts. And then, so I will be posting those videos today and tomorrow. I have several that I started and then had to come back to because, you know, time in the kitchen goes by. And I didn't, like, it was too long to pause it and then hit record. But I've never, ever in my life taken two videos and turned them into one. And I have no idea how to do that. I have all the software that I need to do it. I have, like, Adobe Video Creator Studio. I don't even know what I have. So I'm capable of doing it. I just don't know how. So, as soon as I learn how to take two videos and splice them together to make one, and also to take the front end and the back end off a video, because several times when I filmed something, I was alone in the house, so I had to, like, press start and then walk around to the front of the camera and do, and then walk around and press stop. So all of those things I need to work out. And I also realized, like, in the midst of Thursday's baking, that I hadn't put makeup on yet. And, I mean, I don't have it on now either, but I have really bad sinus headache right now. And the thought of, like, touching my face with makeup was completely unappealing. But, like, the first time I filmed, I looked really nice and I had makeup on, and then all day Thursday it's like my hair is up and sticking up everywhere and I have no makeup on and I'm just cooking, and I couldn't, it wasn't like I didn't have the luxury of stopping and making everything perfect and then resetting and starting over. It was like you're in the midst of me cooking a feast for, 15 people. You're getting what you're getting. And so kind of like chaotic and crazy and unprofessional, but my intent of it was to show you that it's not hard, it's not complicated, and it's not it's something anyone can do to make a feast with whole foods. And that was my intent. So I don't know if I've turned you on or turned you off of it with my videos. We'll have to see how they turn out. So those will all be publishing throughout today and tomorrow. And then, like I said, there were some things that I didn't get around to filming because by the end of the meal, as I'm at the end of it and I'm preparing all of the final touches, and I have my kitchen full of friends who have come to enjoy the meal with us and everything, I couldn't keep resetting the area and filming again. And we had like lights up, so I had one spot where I was doing it so that the lighting would be good. And I just didn't, so if something went wrong in the midst of me cooking, or if I did something wrong and I had to correct it, you're getting that with me. It's all together. It's like all in real time. So I'm looking forward to those going out. So it's also, so Thanksgiving is Thursday, and then Black Friday is Friday, and Cyber Monday is next Monday. So I will be running specials on paperbacks and ebooks. So look for those. And in the meantime, y'all enjoy the holiday if you're in the States. And if not, have a great week. And happy Thanksgiving. There was something I heard this morning on the radio, and it was talking about Toby Mac, who is, for those of you who don't know, is a Christian music artist. He does like hip hop Christian. And his son died a few weeks ago. And one thing I heard him say right in the midst of it happening, of the story breaking about his son, was that, of course it isn't going to affect their relationship with God, because their relationship with God doesn't have anything to do with blessings. It has everything to do with them worshiping Jehovah God and the one God. And then, so they've released a statement about Thanksgiving and being thankful. And so I really encourage you to find it and read it, because I know what I read that he wrote in the midst of the tragedy, and so I can't imagine the profound impact that words would have a couple weeks later, when he's had time for it all to like sink into his soul and process. So I'm actually going to find it and post the link to it. I heard snippets of it on the radio this morning. So in the midst of your Thanksgiving, I think that I read something this morning. Someone said, I'm just thankful that God is God. And I'm thankful that God is God. And in this season of, we're coming out of like the Feast of Tabernacles and God's blessings and God's provision, and into the time of Thanksgiving, and then into, the Christmas season, where we celebrate the birth of Christ, our Messiah, our Redeemer. I think it's wonderful to like just kind of cling to being thankful that God is God and that he loves us despite us. So anyway, I hope you'll have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving. And I will be posting videos like constantly, so you'll get tired of my face by the time it's all said and done. I'll talk to y'all next Monday. God bless you.